Have you ever felt like you're running as fast as you can, yet somehow life still finds a way to drag you backward? Like you're trying and trying, but every step forward comes with 3 more steps thrown against you? If you've ever felt tired, defeated, or close to giving up, listen carefully. Because this is a story about what happens when you decide to stand up one more time, even after everyone expects you to fall. There was a boy named Aaron, not the smartest in his class, not the strongest, not the most privileged, just average. But life has a strange way of testing the ones who feel average, doesn't it? Aaron grew up in a small town where success was something people talked about, not something they achieved. Most dreams there weren't broken. They were simply never attempted. People believed life was already written, and your place in the world was predetermined by where you were born. But Aaron, even as a child, had something different. Not talent, not money, not connections. He had a spark, a small, quiet whisper inside that said, maybe there is something more. But let me tell you this, the world does not celebrate a spark, the world challenges it. Aaron's father was a quiet man who worked in a small workshop fixing old electronics. Not because he loved the job, but because he had to feed his family. Every night he would come home exhausted, hands stained with grease and wires, shoulders heavy with fatigue. But every night, he did something important. He would sit on the floor, lean against the wall, close his eyes, and smile. Not because life was easy, but because he believed one day it would be better. Aaron noticed this. That smile was not happiness, and it was hope. Growing up, Aaron wasn't the top student. In fact, he struggled. Teachers would say, he tries, but he doesn't have it. He wasn't fast at learning math. He wasn't good at sports. He wasn't popular, but he listened. He observed. He paid attention. He watched how people gave up the moment things became difficult. And he told himself, if I can just hold on longer than everyone else, maybe that's enough. That became his quiet, personal promise. Life moved forward and challenges grew heavier. When Aaron turned 15, his father fell ill. The kind of illness that makes the doctor's eyes change. The look that tells you everything without saying a word. Bills increased. Income disappeared. And suddenly Aaron's dream of studying, of doing something big, felt like a joke. Friends he grew up with said, forget your dreams, help your family, accept your life. And honestly, that made sense. Dreams don't feed families. Dreams don't pay hospital bills. Reality does. So Aaron took work wherever he could. He carried boxes, cleaned shops, and worked in the same workshop where his father once stood. Not because he wanted to, but because life demanded it. But here's the part most people miss. Life does not test you to break you. Life tests you to see how badly you really want something. One late evening while working at the workshop, Aaron found a broken radio, the same kind his father used to fix. He sat there, alone under the dim yellow bulb, surrounded by silence. His hands shook. He remembered watching his father for years, carefully twisting wires, gently adjusting circuits. So Aaron tried. He made mistakes. He burned his fingers. He broke pieces he should have saved, but he kept going. Not because he was good at it, but because quitting felt worse. Hours later, something unbelievable happened. The radio crackled, static. Then music, faint, but real. In that moment, Aaron didn't just fix a radio. He felt his father's smile, that same hopeful smile, alive again, glowing inside him. He whispered to himself, I can learn. I can improve. I can grow. That night changed everything. You see, people think motivation is about feeling inspired. But true motivation is born in the quiet moments. When nobody sees you, nobody claps for you, nobody knows how hard you're fighting. It's born in moments of pain, failure, loneliness. Yet you still choose to move. Aaron started learning. Every spare second he had, he studied electronics, not from school, not from teachers, but from whatever scraps and broken parts he could find. He was slow. He failed often. He burned more circuits than he fixed, but he didn't stop. People laughed at him. You? Learn something difficult? Don't waste your time. But they didn't understand something important. A slow climb is still a climb. Progress is still progress, even if others can't see it. Aaron didn't have talent, he didn't have resources, but he had consistency. And consistency is a superpower. One day, a local shop owner came to the workshop with a device no one could fix. Everyone tried. Everyone failed. Aaron quietly asked, "Can I try?" They laughed, they mocked him. He didn't argue, he just worked. 4 hours later, the device turned on. Silence filled the room. The same people who laughed now stared in disbelief. It wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It was every moment he chose not to give up. But this is only the beginning. Aaron's journey is far from over. Life hasn't finished testing him, not even close, but now he has something more powerful than anyone can measure. Proof that effort matters. Proof that growth is real. Proof that he can rise. If you're listening to this, remember, your value is not determined by where you start. It's determined by how long you are willing to continue. The world may doubt you, but the question is, do you doubt yourself?